Let's continue our analysis now with our political panel. Skyping in from Nashville, Tennessee, the chief political correspondent for USA Radio Network's Scottie Nell Hughes. And from Newsmax Washington, Republican strategist and political analyst Ford O'Connell. To you both, thanks for your time. Happy New Year. And we would be remiss, before we get your comment, we want to hear what GOP candidate Marco Rubio had to say in reaction to this North Korean story on the trail today. Take a listen.
That's not confirmed, but here's what's confirmed. He's a lunatic, and he's dangerous, and this administration has done nothing about it.
So that charge against the Obama administration, Scottie Nell, is that going to be effective for Marco Rubio?
Well, I think it's a very effective token right now. I think anything that you charge against the Democrats to show where they have not shown leadership the last few years is a winning for any of the presidential candidates. But I have to say, I'll give Rubio this. I'm with Rubio. I'm not so sure that we actually have an H-bomb. I mean, this is the same kid who said that he got 11 holes in one his first time out and that he was driving a car as good as a speed racer at the age of 3. Might just be a lot of talk, but it is very scary because if anybody would do something with a nuclear bomb, it would probably be this crazy kid.
Kim Jong-un is a genius here. He basically looked over and saw that Obama gave Iran everything they wanted, and they're sitting there saying, you know what, maybe we can get something out of this guy before he leaves office. I do agree with Rubio. He's a lunatic, but let me tell you something. If they really had an H-bomb, China would come down on them and raise holy hell.
Well,
you would think so, Ford, but here's my question. China hasn't. You know, Mr. Trump sat there and accused a couple months ago. China has done nothing. They've let this little kid play around as if he was actually a real leader on the world scale and done nothing to stop him. So why would they?
But there's a reason why they've done nothing to stop him, because he's doing the saber rattling for them.
Well, let me
just remember, China is worried about their domestic issues right now.
Well, let me go to another component here and bring the focus back to the political contest, especially among Republicans. Rand Paul has taken a different look, almost a libertarian approach to foreign policy. He had a reaction that may be in line with some of what you're talking about right now. Take a listen.
I think that we have placed sanctions before. We certainly have some sanctions. We can increase those. I think also China can have some influence as well. China is a big player in the region. North Korea in many ways is dependent or codependent with China.
So candidates from Donald Trump to Rand Paul, with the Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, seemingly everybody else in the Republican field talking about that China connection. You two have talked about it before. Let me get the last word from both of you, 20 seconds each. Ford O'Connell, will we see this administration actually take the advice of the Republicans on the stump and try to pressure China?
Absolutely not, because this administration's in its last year, and it's into legacy items, and it's more concerned with climate change and global order.
What about your assessment, Scottie Nell? Is it just a situation where this administration is 180 degrees opposed to whatever Republicans and rational folks think about reacting to this?
I think President Obama already has Dennis Rodman on a plane to North Korea to handle the whole situation. We're in good hands.
Dennis Rodman is the special envoy. Mercy, that is certainly an interesting thought here for the new year. Scottie Nell and Ford, stay right where you are. Dick Morris will join us next, and we hope you stay with us as Newsmax Prime continues for this Wednesday night here on Newsmax TV.